Starting now. Alright, you're at Masters 110 right now. This is, what matchup is this?
Viktor versus Vex.
Viktor versus Vex. Okay, good. What rune do you have set up? You have... Okay. You have Aerie set up, taking Q level 1 I hope.
Yeah, I do.
And you have... Okay. So level 1 we can just skip to laning actually beginning. Okay, good. Okay, that's good setup on wave level 1. You got 3 autos before her. As soon as you see E coming down, you have to fucking... What's it called? You have to be queuing minion as soon as you see it coming down. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Because,
So
like,
it's just worth for the shield,
yeah, and
basically.
also, like, look at where you're standing, right? You want to be in a spot where you're standing so if she E's you, she's not hitting any of the
Yeah,
fucking
I'm not
wave,
hitting the wave.
right?
Yeah.
So like you end up kind of you're a little too close for my liking. She could have played it she could have played it where she puts it right here and still hits wave, right? But as soon as she places it, you want to hit wave for two reasons, right? With your Q. Number one, you get the shield. That's fucking broken, right? Number
Yeah.
two, this is now an ability where she has no cooldowns left, right? And it's a long cooldown where she is not hit a wave at all with her abilities, and you're not hitting this minion with two.
Mm.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So you basically ensure priority off of that play of immediate level one. You know what I mean? And the trade doesn't even
Yeah.
fucking matter because you still have fucking corrupting and you've absorbed it with Q. You know what I mean? Right. Just basically perma push the wave. Your Q is now back up. You can zone her off. You don't have to concede this. You don't have to concede this ever. Right? You can stay playing right fucking here, right here
Mm.
to up to here. You know what I mean?
So I
And
don't
then
get
when
like
you zone out
minion
wave control.
aggro
You
after
don't
that minion
you
dies right
don't get
there.
okay, so let's take a look. If you're playing further up, it just ends up moving. You know what I mean? Like all you have to do is just like if you're worried about minion aggro, right? Fuck. If you're worried about minion aggro, you can just walk up this way and then path right back. You know what I mean? Because there
Okay.
should never be a spot where you're like walking all the way fucking back here when her E is what? Like Vex E is like a 20-second cooldown level one, right?
Yeah, I'm
Like
like
it.
walking out there because we saw Rakan.
Yeah,
Like he came.
yeah. You see Rakan, but like if you're playing in this pocket, right at 146, Lee Sin's still doing his
Yeah.
first fucking camp. Like, what happens if you just walk here? Then Rakan's just not in, like, what is he just gonna chase you to fucking Africa? You know what I mean? What's he gonna do?
Yeah.
Like, there's like, do you know who enemy jungler is here?
Okay. No, I'm not
This
sure.
guy's not fucking touching you, level one.
Okay,
This
I
guy's not
don't
fucking.
know.
Yeah. You don't care that Rakan's here because as long as you're playing in this pocket like you should, right? You never fucking die. It's level one fucking Rakan and level one Vex. He could literally flash and still not be in range to hit you.
Yeah. Okay.
So play up on the wave because you can literally just say, if you fucking step up here, I already have wave control. I'm gonna zone you from getting wave control back and getting auto attacks back, and if you step up, I'm just gonna fucking Q you, right? Because I already have fucking minion control here, and I'm gonna keep prio. Why are you afraid to auto attack when everything is down? You're afraid to auto attack. You have to fight. You have to fight for minion control. You know what I mean? Like you're in a spot
Yeah.
where she burns fucking everything. All right, you're Victor. You have one of the strongest level one abilities in fucking mid lane. This ability is broken at level one. Do you know what I mean? Do you understand what this ability actually is?
Yeah, it's basically like two autos and a shield or
Yeah,
something.
it's like 100 it's like 120 fucking damage. Level one plus like a 60 HP shield. Like how do you trade into Victor level one, especially if we take attack speed runes? It's literally fucking impossible. So as soon as she burns that shit, honestly, I wouldn't even have minded you stepping up, whichever way you need to step to dodge it, right? You dodge and then you just play in her fucking face and you zone her off. You're saying, all right, you're Vex with fucking no abilities level one. What are you going to do to me, right? She cannot possibly hit level two till this minion gets here. So what the fuck is gonna happen? You have to play in her face on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I was
And
just still over respecting Rakan until I saw my vision.
yeah,
But
but yeah, you just have to understand when Rakan can and can't do anything to you.
hmm
If you just play towards
yeah.
top side, he literally can't do anything. And is he just gonna sit mid all game, really? And just let his AD carry get fucking ass blasted? You know what I mean? Like this guy's like he's a psycho, but he's not that much of a psycho. All right, you're level two. Hard trade on level 2. Hard trade on level 2. If you're gonna get level 2 advantage, like the whole reason you want to hit wave first, level 1, like as it's coming in, is to fucking threaten level 2 advantage first and zone off. You know what I mean? It's like, let's look at the wave here. You know there are 2 minions left when this happens. You want to kill these minions as fast as possible and start putting down damage on this melee ideally as fast as possible. So these two will naturally just kind of get this low. You can last hit these, but you want to start damaging this as soon as it gets in, right? Because you're playing for level 2 advantage. If you play for level 2 advantage, then it's literally just 2 abilities to fucking 0, and again, this is Vex E. How is she gonna fucking hit it, my guy? You know what I mean? So if you
Yeah.
just play up in her fucking face, like, alright, she used this, perfect. Fucking start hard autoing the wave, play for fucking level 2. These two are your fucking, you see that's your level 2, this is your level 2. Be aware of what minions are level 2 and when it's gonna hit. Because if you're aware of when it's gonna hit, as this minion dies, you're walking directly at fucking her. Because you just have more base stats and you have a second fucking spell.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you straight up tank the E, you walk at her and you fucking trade to her fucking face. You know what I mean? The E doesn't have a fear, it doesn't fucking matter. But instead, this is good that you at least tagged the wave and her. That's solid, but you should have played for Q as well, because again, there's nothing to be afraid of till she hits 2. Because now you're standing in wave. You can't stand in wave here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Just like she can't do both.
Yeah, like you have to be standing out of wave. Let me see what pocket you should be standing here. Ideally, what you want to do is you want to try to stand in this pocket. Do you understand why?
Just so it's away from the
That's
minions.
part of it,
But
but the other thing is it puts you in threat range of essentially 4 minions, right? And it also forces her to play over here, which means she's really only threatening this minion, maybe these two with Q. You know what I mean? You have to think about minion threat range as well when you're looking to play for Prio. You know what I'm saying?
oh,
Because if you're
okay.
standing
Yeah.
right here, number one, if she's here, if she wants to Q you, she's hitting fucking nothing. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you can hit the whole fucking wave from this angle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And again, junglers can, so you don't care about him coming through here. Like
Yeah. It's
really,
actually Shyvana. I just
it's
checked.
Shyvana.
Yeah.
I still think you're fine to generally play right here because cause Shyvana's gonna look for full clear anyway. Worst case scenario, you just walk up here and call it a day. But playing right here is just really bad because it's giving her number one better access to the wave. Number two, you can't possibly trade onto her. And number three, if she's actually smart, she can trade onto fucking you in the wave at the same time. What does this word do?
Uh, I don't, it looked like Lee Sin might try something bot, so I thought
Oh,
there's
he's just
Warden
doing a psycho
entrance,
play.
right?
Okay. I mean, if he's gonna do a fucking psycho play bot, that's fine. All right. So then you can just basically hard play towards bot. Shyvana. Uh, yeah, I feel like a lot of this basically comes down to you misclicking right. Sorry, right there. You misclick, right? As soon as you walk up instead of down here, you fucking immediately
Yeah.
lose the trade, right? You have to look at the way she's posturing. You have to pay attention to this bar, right? As soon as you posture up instead of down, she's literally just in a spot where it's like, all right, well, this guy just gets fucking traded for his entire HP bar. She'll also be insta fucking popping this pot and look for at least a trade back, right? Let me also look at the way you used your E earlier on. Did I lower the fucking speed? No, I didn't. All right, this should be dodged.
Yeah.
There's not even an excuse for that. You just fucking bot walk into it.
Unlucky.
Alright, so let's see the way that E is used here. Alright, you tag her. Yeah, if you tag her and then play towards bot, you're actually in a really happy spot. Cancelled auto, that's fair. Again, you're playing in wave. Like, be aware, like, if you're playing for hard prio on wave 1 and 2, like you should have, this is just kind of like going back to that point, right? If you play for hard prio on 1 and can keep the prio up by continuing pressure on wave 1, and then zone her properly on wave 2, what you could have done is you could have played up on played up with level 2 advantage into this spot, and just placed a ward on fucking Shiv's Raptors to know exactly where she is the entirety of laning phase. Or sorry, the entirety of like the first like 3.5 to 4 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you literally just want to get that prior play off, because if you get here, then you can literally just know which pocket you're allowed to play into at any given time. So you're not kind of forced into this awkward middle pocket where you're just in the wave. Alright, at least you're tagging wave and her at the same time, that's good. You can play more up in her face. Abuse cooldowns, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, fucking abuse cooldowns. Like,
Yeah.
when her cooldowns are down, don't act like they're up. Like,
Okay.
you played enough Vex. You know Vex's general cooldowns, right? If she
Yeah.
fucking QEs the wave, you can walk up to the fucking wave man. She's not gonna kill you with auto attacks. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be playing. She just fucking QEs the wave here, no? Yeah, she fucking look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. She fucking uses her Q. All right. She doesn't have fucking fear on E. Like, play up a little bit. Like, you can play to just fucking E this wave and insta burst it. Like, you don't have to concede like this. Because again, just Vex is getting first move when she absolutely shouldn't, based off how level 1 went. Alright, you basically just get this in and then reset, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Good, good, good. You don't have to walk this far back. You can just walk to fucking... Honestly, you could just stop right in the middle. You could just stop right there and take your reset. No one's gonna stop you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No one's gonna fucking stop you. Alright, we have Boots Amptome. I would have just gone Boots Doran's Ring, but that's fine too. I think Doran's is the safer move. Sorry, I thought I was... Alright. So here we are, we're back in lane, we're positioning a little poorly, we're a little too close to the wave here. You should be playing over here in this pocket, again, for the same reasons as listed before, right? Insta E the wave, good. You can't ever really stop this crash, but you want to at least make the wave nice and farmable by the time it comes in. So you basically just let her get first move. That's good. Alright. That should be a Q on that minion, but that's fine. Viktor with attack speed, I love it. He can't fucking... He can't ever miss, I don't know why his base attack speed is so high compared to other mages, but it is. Alright, you at least look to dodge that, even though you're playing a little bit too far up on the wave. You always want to throw it diagonal, right? Because it's going to cover it's going to cover more danger ground diagonal, and it makes it that she can't step up. You know what I mean? So it makes her stay further off the wave for longer, right? If you just throw it straight, unless you actually need max range, you're better off just throwing it diagonal almost every time.
Okay.
That's a small thing, but still. Like most straight line abilities, you want to throw them diagonally. Alright, tag that, good. You just auto attack her. Honestly, you just auto attack her, and if she throws her E, you just match with your W and continue to auto attack her because you actually win that trade with corrupting. Because she doesn't have fucking corrupting, man. She started D-ring.
Okay.
You literally
Yeah.
just auto her to fucking death, man. Alright. So this is your turn if you just hit the wave consistently. Now you actually put in lethal on next star. Again, we're standing in a spot we shouldn't. I'm not gonna keep saying it, right? I'm just
Yeah.
gonna casually mention it because you know, oh you know already, you know already. But it's like consistent. use E on the wave to stop crash. She's burning so much fucking mana. You now have mana. You now have mana economy, right? You can keep the wave right here. You can literally W the wave right now and then hold it. You can't. She cannot crash it. You would probably prefer to hold the wave because she cannot fucking crash it, right? If you just hold it there, maybe she feels like she has to stay, right?
Mhm.
And then you can just hold it there and reset knowing that it's gonna fucking freeze and force TP out. You don't want to do this. You literally ping Lee Sin off of this because she's off reset, you're not, and you look at your health and mana. You've now wasted like fucking 10 seconds for no reason. You should have been on reset directly after the wave came in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like it's your choice if you want to go for Sork Shoes or Lost Chapter here. I would just kind of match her, unless you think you can just play in her face. Honestly, you didn't even have to match her on Lost Chapter, considering you have Corrupting and she doesn't. You know what I mean? Like, you can just choose to go Sork Shoes and just play for the 1v1. Alright, nice. Play for next wave. Start hitting it as fast as possible. Excellent. Get this. Now move up, up. Oh wait, not up. My bad, my bad. I didn't see Lisa in there. Ideally, you want to walk up and place your Trinket Ward in their jungle. You don't just want to hang out there because you have 2 Trinket Wards and you're sitting on both of them. Yeah, you take good trade there. W the wave, W the wave, W. You need to W the wave more often. You don't do that very often, but you can. Because again, you can just kind of look to hold it there. And force her to play up, knowing that Lee Sin can come mid at any given point. Yeah, you're second to move here. You never even come. You just play for mid prio. Lee Sin can always catch the wave. Like, it's fine once you actually move down to catch this wave, but like, ideally you'd rather have Lee Sin do it because they can just fucking dive you here. Yeah. You have to flash the knockup, man. If you flash the knockup, you can actually look for potential trade. Oh, it's too sad. Alright, you're back here. Okay. Get this wave in and look to move top. Just place vision to keep Leaf safe while he's doing Herald. Don't place this ward here. You should be placing the pink ward deeper than that. Like, ideally, you can look for pink ward either fucking, I guess, here, or you can even look for it here, considering Lee Sin's covering. You can also look for yellow trinket ward over blue buff wall. The fact
Okay.
that they've already killed top lane and Lee Sin is right there means you're allowed to get that kind of deep vision and get that kind of information. This should just be a Herald play, but it's not for some reason. I mean, Rakan's already dead. This play is over. Alright, at least he does this. That's fine too. I feel like Herald is a little better with what's going on top lane and bot lane, but whatever. It's not on you to make. Alright, you know that Vex is bot. Play for mid power right now. Place vision, play the zone. Alright, Rakan's there. You can't do that. Okay. You're just on reset here. Good. Buy Sork shoes here.
Okay,
Xerxes are
yeah.
really, really fucking strong by Xerxes here.
Should I buy another controller there if I'm not sure that that one's gonna get broken? Or...
No, you don't need a control. I don't think you need a control word here.
Okay.
I think that you also keep your yellow trinket for a bit longer though, if you're not going to get control word.
Oh, okay.
You literally, yeah. This guy can't do anything here. You have to drop your damage as fast as possible on him. Ideally, you know what I mean? You're holding your flashes for way too fucking long, man. Like just in general, like you're holding your flash for fucking ever. Like you're taking so much just unnecessary damage. You know what I mean? Like right fucking here, right? This is fine, this is fine, this is fine. You're playing really, really weird range. You're playing up to here, you shouldn't really be moving past here. You should be dumping damage on here, right? Like again, you should be dumping damage on front line here, because you just have to hit whoever's in front of you. You're not allowed to play up into these people. Like right here, if you just drop damage immediately on this guy dies every single time. You have to just drop damage. RQ everything. You know what I mean? It's fine. It doesn't matter because worst case scenario, let's say he just immediately W's out of it, right? You still get the initial burst on him and whatever dot happened, and then you can just walk up with it, kind of as a zone, just saying if you walk into this, you're guaranteed to take a lot of damage. You know what I mean? And then it helps
Yeah.
you kind of play into the pit. You know what I mean? You just drop damage on this fucking guy, and this guy just gets one shot. But yeah, instead we end up playing up here for no real reason. All right, we're playing way too far up. That's a positioning miserror. So you should be flashing right fucking here. Here you flash the wall. You know what I mean? You just get directly over here. You don't want to take this kind of damage because this fight's going to be fairly long, right? Fiora should be walking down for the flank. If you guys are actually playing for, if you're playing to stay in lane on this, then you definitely want to get your flash off here because you're going to have to flash later anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you know you're going to have to flash later anyway, you may as well play for your HP economy. You know what I mean? There's no need to be selfish with it. Because right now, like let's say you flashed earlier, you can potentially look to contest the Vex. Looks like you're just going for Ludens then. Yeah, you have full
Yeah.
Ludens on reset now. That's fair. Initially, I was gonna ask why you stayed, but if you have Ludens on back, you have Ludens on back. That's good. You don't never TP down there. It's 13:28, so you want to hold TP for at least another 30 seconds. Keep that in mind when you think about using your TP, what the timer is and how close you are to 14. Because right now, next objective is next dragon. Ideally, you want to have your TP up for that. There, you have second augment. You're really strong. You basically just play wave clear effects indefinitely. Alright. Alright, you're there to cover. You never walk long route unless you're just looking to place ward and leave. Okay, this is just really awkward. Okay, so we're mostly focusing on laning, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not really going to go anything past this point. Do you have time to play a game or no?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So I'd like to see you try to put some of the shit I was talking about the early game into action, right?
Okay.
Like, do you know what I'm talking about? About like fucking watching for level two, fucking how many minions you have access to versus them, denying them access to minions, all that shit. You know, were you getting that early on?
Yeah, I
Because
just
like,
I like know it, but sort of like put it in practice everything.
yeah, I get it.
So just keep working on it.
It's not like the most intuitive thing in the world sometimes, but it's like it's something you have to be thinking about. Like, how many minions do I have access to compared to them? How is my wave looking to them? Like when I was talking about you being able to win lanes one of three ways, right? Or I guess three different ways between fucking minions, HP, and resource, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the general thing that I'm talking about. If you have access to minions and then you're also winning in fucking HP and resource, the lane just becomes fucking unplayable. So like that level one thing, if you stand where I tell you to stand and you continue to pressure level one is when your E's are down, the lane just becomes so fucking difficult for her. If she gets chunked to half HP, you have corrupting versus her just two pots. So worst case scenario, you get control, you get a recall on level three, TP back, and all of a sudden she's just fucked. You know what I mean? Because she's playing
Yeah.
Doran's Ring two pot. She's forced to fucking give up a wave that's now bouncing out that you can look to hold if she doesn't fully try to get it in, or doesn't call her jungler to get it in. And you can also in Comper, if your support's paying attention, if support gets reset timing as the wave is coming in, he can come up and either have the help you hold the wave from their support, or just make a play on Vex after that, right?
Hmm.
Or just force out TP in a really really rough spot.